Hello, and welcome back to Ask Alan About Low Carb Cocktails. We're continuing our series on Austrian Spirits. Come with me as we delve into yet another spirit that we got in Austria in our trip in December. Hello, and welcome back to Ask Alan About Low Carb Cocktails. Today, I wanted to go over a whiskey that I picked up at a Christmas market in Graz, Austria. This is from the Syrian region, and I did pick up quite a few spirits from that same booth because they they just happen to have some very good ones. So this is Sinnesfreuden, if I'm saying that right, single malt whiskey, distilled in Austria. So we will first try this and see what it smells and tastes like. This is a 40% alcohol, which would be equivalent to 80 proof, which is, I think, the United States is the only place that puts proof on alcohol. They don't put proof; they just put the percentage alcohol over in Austria. But this very pleasant smell, a little bit of caramel, maybe some cinnamon. It says it's a single malt. It does not specify what specifically is in it. I don't smell the corn influence like you get with brandies, but this is in Austrian German, so I don't know if it even says what the grains are. It may not, but definitely it's got that whiskey malted smell. Maybe some vanilla. Like I said, some cinnamon. Has quite a good smell, and I can tell it's adhering to the sides of the glass, so it's got very good legs, so that viscosity is there. Let's see what the taste is. Definitely, I smell some of the maltiness. I taste the maltiness. Maybe a little brown sugarish. No burn. It's only 40%, so it's not going to have a lot of burn. Very pleasant. It does stick on the tongue a little bit. It's kind of like more of a base whiskey. Definitely a single malt. Reminds me a little bit of the Cedar Ridge single malts, but just a little bit different taste. But I don't get that so much of a barley taste. So I'm not sure what they use for the what they mix into this, but it is a single malt. So that I believe that means that it doesn't have a mixture of different like corn and rye and wheat and whatever. But definitely a very good taste. And so what I wanted to do, now that I've tried that, is I wanted to try it in a cocktail. Now you can use just any bourbon or whiskey, probably more of a whiskey for this cocktail, but actually the cocktail originally specified a bourbon, but I decided that I'd make it with this whiskey instead. And this is called a New York, New York. So this is stirred, and it starts with 1.5 ounces of the bourbon, or in this case whiskey. And because I have all the other Austrian spirits, I wanted to use to do this because this also has Apple Schnapps. This was an Apple Schnapps that I had gotten at a different Christmas market, and this has a pretty good taste. Holtzmann Apfelbrand. So the 1/2 ounces of the bourbon or whiskey in this case, and 1/2 ounce of this Apple Schnapps, and then we have 3/4 ounce of sweet vermouth. Now 3/4 of an ounce will give you about 3 carbs, and I get inexpensive Gallo sweet vermouth and dry vermouth just because that's easy to get. I think these come in smaller bottles. I need to start getting smaller bottles because I don't use it very much. Then you use whiskey barrel bitters, and it's just 1 dash. And you stir that on ice. Let's put a little bit of ice in here. Then we stir that. Try to stir it enough to get it cold. Then you strain this into a chilled coupe glass. And before I started the video, I pulled this out of the freezer because I'd had that sitting in there getting cold. So hopefully it's still a little bit cold. And then strain that. And garnish with a maraschino cherry. There's no stems left on these cherries. I don't know if I don't remember pulling them off. Maybe I'll find one with a stem. Oh, there's one with a stem. But that's pretty mangled up. So let's get one cherry, and it'll just kind of float in there. And that is a New York, New York, made with Styrian. Styria is the region in Austria, but Styrian Apple Schnapps and single malt whiskey. That's pretty good. I think you'll enjoy that. So I do hope that you can find all kinds of single malt whiskeys. I don't think that's a problem, or just use a bourbon. And an Apple Schnapps is easy to come by. The ones from Austria are going to be usually a little higher proof and less sugar. So be careful when you're buying your schnapses to try to get something that's maybe a little higher proof and lower sugar. So that'll help you to keep the carbs down. But this will have those 3 carbs from the vermouth. I don't think there's a lot in this, but I don't know for sure how much. But shouldn't be a lot in the schnapps. It's only 1/2 ounce anyway, and whiskey is whiskey. Probably no carbs there. And that gives you, let's round it up to 4 grams total for a New York, New York. So hopefully you can get some whiskey and schnapps that you can make this cocktail with. Try it out and let me know what you think. Also, if you don't mind, go ahead and like and subscribe to the channel. Share this with your friends and help others to know about this channel so that we can build this community to help to bring more people the ability to make good cocktails without all the sugars. Thank you, and come back next week for another episode with some more Austrian spirits and cocktails. Thank you and have a great day.